Good morning. Today we are at Abbey College, based in Manchester. The visit's been endorsed by Working Links. I'm joined here by James Purnell, the Secretary of State for Work and Pensions. Just a few questions.
Okay.
Can you tell us about the duties and responsibilities of your department?
Well, we actually spend more money than Portugal, the country, and we spend it on people's pensions. In fact, your money. I mean, it's society's not money, not mine. We spend it on people's pensions. We spend it on helping people with disabilities. We spend it on helping people back to work, and then a whole range of smaller programs. But we spend, well over £100 billion helping people to be secure in retirement, get into work, and then overcome a whole range of barriers.
Could you explain the link between your department and young people and how your department actually affects them?
Well, we don't have a huge amount to do with young people before they turn 18. We have a lot to do after that. I mean, we sort of affect every single part of people's lives, really, whether it's saving for a pension, whether it's if you're looking for work, you come to a job centre which we run. We help with the Treasury, we help people to have national insurance numbers. So the kind of whole range of what obviously we call the welfare state is largely delivered by us.
I know your department covers taxation, very touchy subject, taxation. Can you explain to the young people here today how taxation will affect them in the future?
They'll have to pay it. And we don't. The Treasury does taxation directly. I mean, obviously, when people get a job, then if you earn more than a certain amount, you start to pay tax on it, and you get the sort of first few £1,000s you don't pay any tax, and then you pay about 20p for every pound, and then it goes up to 40% for every pound after you get to the top rate of tax. But then on top of that, there are things like tax credits, which will give people more money if they're on low income, so that if people have a low income, it's boosted, so they have more money for themselves and their families, more money depending on how many children they have.
As far as tuition fees are concerned, what is your stance on that, and do you think top-up fees are doing a job?
Yes, so tuition fees isn't done by our department, but I mean, the whole argument for tuition fees is to make it possible for more people to go to university and more people to go to college, and it's also allowed us to bring grants back. Grants have disappeared from the system. We've been able to bring grants back for people from lower income backgrounds. And I mean, the reason for that is effectively, if we want to have an economy that succeeds in the future, you have to have more people going to university. All successful economies around the world have people going to university. A-level results have been getting better. So if you hadn't increased the number of people at university, it would have been very unfair, basically. People would have been getting A-level results, which previously they would have been able to get to college with, and suddenly they wouldn't have been able to. So government puts more money in, everybody pays more money for people to go to university, but we also thought it was right for students to pay a little bit of that money themselves once they are earning money.
I know a few of the students here have got a few questions on the credit crunch.
Sure.
Can you make the definition of the credit crunch a bit clearer so that their questions come out a bit more effectively?
Well, there's really two things going on. One is credit crunch, and the other one is what people call the price shock. I mean, the credit crunch really comes from, particularly in America, some companies, banks, lending to people who sometimes even didn't really have a job, but certainly had no real way of paying it back. And so they lent, often without proper checks, to people, and